lovelies, welcome to my channel. Here we are doing the mid-month love reading for all zodiac signs. This is going to be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I do want to let you guys know that this month, or this middle of the month, we are doing something very differently. I pulled out, I have already shuffled and cut the deck and placed the cards. I have not seen them yet, just for time purposes. And I will allow you guys to tune into your energy and see which cards you guys are being pulled towards. And that's going to be your message for February, or the middle of February 2018. Okay, so I will give you guys a couple of minutes so you guys can tap into that energy and see where you're being pulled towards. This is the right side and this is the left side. So I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. Okay, Capricorn, we're going to get into your reading. We're going to start with the left side. So current situation is the Ace of Cups. Wow, beautiful cards. Oof, 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 oof. Okay, so I spoke too soon. All right, Capricorns, you have the 10 of Swords, you have the 8 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. So as a current situation in the present, at the present time, you are definitely with the Ace of Cups, there is reciprocation in regards to love and romance. Either for those of you guys that have been in a long-term committed relationship, you are feeling loved, you are feeling supported, but you have the 10 of Swords here, and the 10 of Swords definitely talks to me about some type of betrayal or some type of feeling like there was some type of defeat connected to your work and your finances. So for some of you guys, it could be that you currently were let go of at work. It could be that you're being, for those of you guys that were in a temporary type of position, that there's a release of that. And with the 5 of Swords, it's almost like a feeling of embarrassment or a lot of anxiety in regards to finances and business. So what I'm picking up here is, yes, there was an ending, whether you guys were let go of in a business where you were working, whether there was just, a loss of a job. I know that's very connected to Capricorns. Nonetheless, with endings, start new beginnings. And yes, you do have the 10 of Swords here, but you also have the Ace of Cups. So it's a new beginning coming towards you. Again, I did mention in the Capricorn, or the Saturn returning to Capricorn, I did mention that for a lot of Capricorns, you guys were going to experience either the loss of the change of jobs, being called or pulled towards your calling. For a lot of Capricorns, it can also represent this is around the time that you make a jump from one job to another, and it is necessary. So if you're currently dealing with this, do not feel like you've been, don't feel like you've been overpowered. Don't feel like there's some type of embarrassment, because I feel like pride is something major for you guys that chose this left side of the cards. And again, with the 5 of Swords, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Things happen. Life is life sometimes, and unfortunately, again, like I said, there is endings, but with those endings, there is new beginnings. You do have the 8 of Pentacles, and this is right at the center of the 3 cards. So the 8 of Pentacles is a promise or quick movement in regards to business and finances. So yes, there was an ending. Nonetheless, with the 8 of Pentacles, there's progression and there's putting effort and being very busy. So if you go from an ending to being very busy, what this represents is a move, a shift, a new beginning, a new job, a new opportunity. And yes, this is a love reading. Nonetheless, that I feel for most of you Capricorns that chose this side, their love is very connected to business and finances. So what I mean by that is, when you are very stable and you are very abundant, then you are basically in cloud number 9 with your partner, because as a Capricorn, you are supporting them in the physical realm. So you're going to support them. You're going to give them, small, gestures that you care it's almost like with Capricorns in regards to love and romance, there is this, I'm not going to use my words, I'm going to express it to you through actions, because that's how Capricorns are. And again, when you're kind of struggling business-wise or finances, it reflects greatly in your love and romance, because it does affect you, because most of the time you can't switch it off. If you're dealing with, you know, uncertainties, instability, and all of that, you can't switch it off, whether you're in a relationship or not. For others, it could represent that there was an ending to a relationship that had something to do with either you finding out that your partner was meddling with other people from work, or, you know, communication, of someone letting you know that your partner was like not being extremely loyal in the workplace. And there's a feeling of, you know, your ego being hurt, pride being involved, being defeated, being depleted. But again, you do have the Ace of Cups here. So there's a new beginning coming towards you that you're not aware of at the present time. Okay. So I hope it didn't resonate with everybody, because it was kind of negative. Although there is a positive, there's a new beginning coming. Keep your head up, Capricorn, if this is you dealing with that at the present. Now let's get into your other side. This is the right side. Okay, Capricorn, for those of you guys that chose the right side, you have the 10 of Cups and the 8 of Cups. You have the 9 of Wands and the Emperor. So so there's this theme going on that work is definitely involved, or is playing a very important role, or affecting your relationship in regards to love and romance. Now, the 10 of Cups is emotional fulfillment. It is an ending, because 10s are always endings. It is an ending and a new beginning. And I feel that you're walking away or moving towards the future. For some of you guys that have been dealing with almost this energy of like your partner hasn't been supportive, or is not supporting you. It's not being understanding in regards to business and finances. If you guys have been working a lot, and instead of coming home to a peaceful home, you hear them nagging or complaining all the time. I do feel that there's almost this feeling like, is this person, you know, gonna be treating me this way? And I feel that at the present time, what's very important in your relationship is you both are needing structure in the relationship. There is a give and take. There's a need to communicate to each other, almost having like a what's the word I'm looking for? Having something that you guys can agree on in regards to the relationship, if both of you guys work. So an example, if both of you guys are constantly working and putting those long hours and don't really have time to spice things up, it's almost like getting to an agreement, or having the need to get to an agreement of being able to say, you know what, we're going to try out of the week to give each other like a Tuesday or Wednesday, to give each other the time and the quality time more than anything, to actually be around each other. The Emperor could represent that some of you Capricorns are dealing with an Aries. Now, I do want to mention, for those of you guys that are married and have currently moved, or are being offered a new opportunity at either a different location where you work at now, or a different company, I want you guys to be very careful with this, as I do see you guys moving towards that new opportunity, feeling very blessed and excited. But with the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Wands to me sometimes represents a lot of people almost like being very, very close to you, but it's almost like they just want to see what you are all about. And sometimes it could represent attention or being tested. As I'm definitely picking that up. So for those of you guys that are married in a long-term committed relationship, make sure not to be tempted in the workplace where you're working at, because I feel that with the Emperor, it could result in legal issues. So for some of you guys, it could represent that, you know, things get out of hand and you think that they're okay with you flirting, etc., etc., and then it turns into a legal lawsuit. sexual harassment or that type of energy. So again, be very careful with that. And again, I do see progression here, and I do see reciprocation of love with your partner, but I feel that there's a need for mutual understanding or mutual effort, giving each other that time and space to actually spend quality time together. Nonetheless, again, like I said, be very careful if you are being moved to a different location or going to a different company. Not to be very quick in thinking that, you know, if you feel that a person is flirting with you, don't be tempted. Don't think that they're okay with that, because it can result in legal issues down the road. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Like, comment, share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe, and we'll see each other soon. Bye.